Hello students, welcome back to the class. In the previous class, we have discussed the synopsis things of electrostatics. Under that electric charge and field we have done. Now today we are going to discuss some questions on electric charge and field. Right? Okay, here we have the paper. Okay, see here. This is our first question, and these questions on electric charge field, and to find the force between the two charges, that is given by Coulomb's law. Based on that also we are going to do some numericals. Okay, say the law governing the force between electric charges is known as. The law governing the force between electric charges is known as. Just you try to understand this law. Some laws options he has given A, B, C, D. These are the two basic questions are there. Okay. First one, Ampere's law he has given. Second one, Ohm's law he has given. Faraday's and Coulomb's law. Say law governing force between the electric charges. Force between the electric charges, it is given by Coulomb. It is Coulomb's law helps to find the force between two charges. Force between the two charges helps to find force between the two charges, that is given by Coulomb's law. Okay, anyhow, we know that force of attraction and repulsion between the two charges is directly proportional to Q1, Q2, product of two charges. At the same time, F is inversely proportional to square of the distance between the two charges. So that formula we know that F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by R square. This is just I have reminded you because this formula we will use in the next questions. Okay, anyhow, the first question option is fourth option it is. Now, next question. Next question. When the distance between the charged particle is hallowed, when the distance between the charged particle is hallowed, the force between them becomes. Say regarding the distance of the charge and force, he has given the question. What is the relation force and distance? That is inversely proportional. If the distance is hallowed, if the distance of the particle is hallowed, if distance is hallowed, then yes, it is very clear that is the force becomes 4 times. The force becomes 4 times of this initial, right? If distance is hallowed, force becomes 4 times. Okay, this is simple it is. Okay, in this manner we try to understand the concept of electric charge field, right? Okay, next third question. Okay, here we have the third question. There are two charges plus 1 microcoulomb and plus 5 microcoulomb. The ratio of the forces acting on them will be. Ratio of forces he is asking. There are two charges plus 1 microcoulomb plus 5 microcoulomb. The ratio of their forces, the ratio of the forces acting on them will be the question, right? That you should know that say ratio of, say try to understand what he has given, the ratio of force acting on them. Two charges plus 1 microcoulomb and same two charges plus 5 microcoulomb. Yes, it is very clear that the ratio will be 1:1 only. It is. See, there are two charges plus 1 microcoulomb. Plus 1 microcoulomb there will be now two charges. So force of acting them 1:1 it becomes only. So at the same time there also it becomes 1:1 only. It is. So overall the ratio of forces acting on them will be 1:1. Right? Okay. Next. Next, fourth question. Okay, say the charge Q1 exerts some force on a second charge Q2. If third charge Q3 is brought near the force Q1 exerted on Q2. Exerted on Q2. Yes, say once I will repeat the question. A charge Q1 exert force on second charge. For example, if we try to understand roughly, this is Q1. Let us assume this Q1 is exerting the force on Q2. Exerting the force on Q2. If third charge Q3 is brought near the force Q1, near the force of Q1, near the force of Q1 exerted on Q2, right? Okay, now just to try to understand what he is asking here, that is the force remains F is equal to okay, see here 1 by 4 pi epsilon. Yes, it is exactly 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q1 Q2 divided by R square only. It is. See, just to concentrate what he has given, Q1 exert a force on Q2 if third charge Q3 is brought near the force of Q1 exerted on Q2, then force he is asking, force remains unchanged. It is. Force remains unchanged. Force become it is 1 by 4 pi naught Q1 Q2 divided by R square. Right? Okay. Okay, next one. Okay. See next question. Here F, E and F A represents the, sorry, if it is FG, if it is FE, it is, I think it's not clearly visible for you. This is FG, this is FE, I think it is. Okay. Represents the gravitational and electrostatic force respectively between the electrons situated at the distance 10 centimeter, situated at the distance of 10 centimeter. The ratio of Fg to the Fe is of the order of some options he has given. Then we have to identify, we have to calculate what is the ratio of this. What is the ratio of this? That is Fg divided by Fe is equal to question mark. In the given option, which one is our answer? Then now we try to identify it or we try to solve it. Okay, just to concentrate, Fg and Fe, gravitational force and electrostatic force respectively between the electrons. Between the electrons situated. So two electrons are here, separated by 10 centimeters, situated at 10 centimeters. He has given between these two electrons, both Fg and Fe are there. And what is the ratio? This is the question. This is the question. So first, individually I will define Fg and Fe. Individually I will define. What is the force of gravitational formula? First I will write that Fg is equal to, see, gravitational force between the electrons. Gravitational force between the electrons. Fg is equal to, we know the formula, G m divided by r square. So here we have two electrons. So masses are same. I will write m e whole square divided by r square. Right? Okay. Okay, see here. Next. Similarly, I will write Fe also. Fe is equal to electrostatic force. We know that. Just to write it. Electrostatic force 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught K I will write. And two electrons we have here, Q1 and Q2 value. E into E square divided by R square. Right? Okay, do the ratio. For these two, we got Fg and Fe. So Fg divided by Fe is equal to, right? Okay, formula Gme. Just to see here R and R square and R square get cancelled here, and remaining just I am writing here. That is 4 pi epsilon r square. 4 pi epsilon r square is, okay, sorry, this we have to remove this. This we have to remove already, that k will get cancelled, no? So not necessary it is. Right? Okay. See, Gm E square we have done here, and the remaining K E square, it remains K E square. So just to substitute the values, all are standard values, masses of electrons and charge of electron we know, K value also standard, and the capital J also standard. Just to solve it, by simplifying, what we will get, that I will write the answer for you. That is, answer is 2.39 into 10 to the power minus 43. This is, so our option is, D option, in the order of this, in the order of 10 to the power minus 43. In this manner we have to solve this. Right? I hope you are getting this. Okay, we will go for the next question. Okay, next, the ratio of the force between the two small spheres. Force between the two small spheres. Ratio again, we are going to do ratio only between the two small spheres. With constant charge, first one A in air, second one in a medium of dielectric constant K. Okay. First force we have to write in air, and second force we have to write for the medium present between the two small spheres. Right? Okay. Now I will write force for air. Force for air. Say force for air, that is 1 by 4 pi epsilon q1 q2 divided by r square. q1 q2 divided by r square. Next, force for the medium present between the two small spheres. So if there is a medium is there between the two charges or two spheres, then dielectric constant will come here. So the dielectric constant I will write q1 q2 divided by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, that I will write k 4 pi epsilon r square. 1 by 4 pi epsilon r square q1 q2 divided by k. K stands for dielectric constant. That 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught as it is, that is nothing but k only. This k value is 1 by 4 pi epsilon. This is we call k, and this value is 9 to 10 to the power 9. And here this k stands for dielectric constant. That 1 by 4 pi epsilon I have kept as it is here. q1 q2 divided by r square. Okay. Now it is the time to do the ratio. Okay, we will go for the ratio. What here was saying? Ratio of the two small spheres. So ratio of force A to the force for the medium presence, and that it becomes, see, just you divide it and you will get k divided by 1. You will get k divided by 1. This is the method, right? Okay. We'll go for the next one. Okay, next. A soap bubble is given a negative charge, then its radius. A soap bubble is given a negative charge, then its radius. So some options he has given: radius decreases, increases, remain unchanged, nothing can be predicted as information is insufficient. Some options he has given. As a soap bubble is given a negative charge, then its radius. You have to concentrate here. Say, soap bubble is given a negative charge. If you are giving a negative charge to the soap bubble, say due to the repulsion between the negative charges, the radius of the soap bubble increases here due to the repulsion. So that our answer is second option. As a soap bubble is given a negative charge, then its radius increases. That is due to the mutual repulsion of charge distributed on the surface of bubble. Right? So charges will settle or distributed on the surface due to the repulsion between the, or mutual repulsion between the charges. So that our option is second option. Right? Okay. Next question. Question number 8 is quite interesting. Just to think over it. Four charges are arranged at the corners of a square ABCD. A, B, C, D. As shown in the adjoining figure. The force on the charge kept at the center O is. If we put a charge at the center point O, at the center point O, then what is the force? His question. Some options he has given. Some options he has given. So, yes, see here we try to understand here. If we put a unit positive charge, if we put a unit positive charge at O, then force due to A and C, force due to A and C becomes zero. Resultant of A and C at point O, that becomes zero. Yes. And here you will observe, here we have negative charge and here we have positive charge, and force due to B and D, force, resultant force due to B and D, that is both B and D, both along in the direction BD, BD only, because this is negative charge, so that from the B the direction is in this manner. At the same time, that from the C, if it is a unit positive charge, the direction from positive to negative only. Both the forces are in the direction of along the diagonal of BD only. It is along the diagonal of BD only. So that, which is our option here? Which is our option? Our option is along the diagonal of BD. It is because A and C becomes zero, then remaining force we will get the resultant force along in the direction of BD only. It is right. Okay, this is our option. I hope you are getting this. Now, next question. Okay, in the absence of other conductors, the surface charge density, direct question, and in the absence of other conductors, the surface charge density denoted by sigma. Surface charge density denoted by sigma. That is equal to, we know that, Q divided by A. This definition we know that already we have done in the synopsis things. So that our option is directly proportional to the charge and inversely proportional to the surface area. Directly proportional to the sigma, directly proportional to charge. This sigma inversely proportional to area. So that our option is third option. Right? Okay, next question. See, question number 10. Question number 10. A body can be negatively charged by some options here given: giving excess of electrons to it, removing some electrons from it, giving some protons to it, removing some neutrons from it. Some 4 options he has given. To become a negatively charged body, what we have to, out of 4 conditions. That is very simple. Yesterday only we have done in the synopsis things, so that if this is the body, it contains equal number of positive charge and negative charge. If I want to make it as a negatively charged body, we have to give negative charges to it, so that this body becomes negatively charged. That means excess of electrons makes the body negatively charged. So that our option is first option, giving excess of electrons to it. Right? Okay. Next. The minimum charge on an object is. This is direct question. This is direct question. Minimum charge of an object is. Okay. I hope not necessary to discuss much on this. We will go for the next question. 12th question. Question number 12. Out of gravitational, electromagnetic, van der Waals, electrostatic and nuclear forces, which two are able to provide an attractive force between the two neutrons. Just it is memory based question it is. If we remember which force is having able to provide a attractive force, then we can answer this, right? So this is direct question only it is. So your option is gravitational and nuclear force can provide the attractive force between the two neutrons. That is very much important here. We have to concentrate. Electrostatic force also gives the attractive force, but electrostatic force, it is only applicable for positive charge and negative charge, not between the neutrons, right? Okay. This combination is not possible. Electrostatic, so the gravitational force. So first it is not possible. Second, electrostatic and nuclear. Again, electrostatic is not possible. Gravitational and nuclear. This pair we can choose here, right? Between the two neutrons. Okay. See next question number 13. See, this question is very important, just to concentrate here. The total charge Q is broken into two parts, so that I can write as per the question, Q1 plus Q2 is equal to Q. I will call it as equation 1. Okay, this is over. Next, there are placed at a distance R. Okay, distances are, just to remember, from each other. The maximum force of repulsion between them will occur. The maximum force of repulsion between them will occur. That is 13th one. Okay, force. Maximum force, that is concentrate, maximum force of repulsion between them will occur. Say, try to understand this, what he is asking. He is asking to find maximum force. When it will occur? When it will occur, some options he has given. He has given the options. Charges options he has given. That means what should be the value of charge, so that we have to get maximum force. We have to get maximum force. At what magnitude of charge, at what value of charge we can get maximum force? That is the question here. Anyhow, now maximum force he is asking. This is Q1 plus Q2 is equal to Q. He has given this Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2. Now I will define the force. Force is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon. 1 by 4 pi epsilon I will write, say, Q1 Q2 divided by, that I will write here, R square. Here I should write K Q1 Q2 divided by R square, and I will call it as equation 1. Okay. Just to write it as capital Q1 and Q2 for our understanding purpose. Okay. Now, just to Substitute the value of Q2 from the equation 1. So I will write Q1 as it is. Q2 from the equation 1, what it becomes? Q minus Q1 divided by R square as it is. This is F. I want to know maximum force of repulsion between them will occur when the charge, whether the charge is Q by R, whether the charge is Q by 2, whether the charge is 3Q by 4, at what value of charge, what should be the value of Q1 and Q2, so that we have to get maximum force. That is the question, right? Okay, say for maximum force I will differentiate it. I will differentiate with Q1. This is our condition to get the maximum force. So dF by dQ1 I am writing. I hope you are getting this. That is equal to here. You may concentrate. This is our condition. So that this implies Q1 is equal to Q2. That is equal to, we will get here Q by 2. So if Q1 and Q2 value, if it is Q by 2, now we got Q1 is equal to Q by 2, Q2 also Q by 2 we got. If Q1 and Q2 value are Q by 2, then we will get maximum force. This is very important. So try to understand, and you also try similar questions from any source, right? Okay. Next, say three charges 4Q, Q are in 4Q, Q and Q. First charge is 4Q, second charge is capital Q, third charge is small q. Are in straight line in the position 0, L by 2, L respectively. The resultant force on Q will be 0 if resultant force, concentrate, resultant force will be 0 if capital Q is equal to. So what should be the capital Q, so that we have to get resultant force on Q should be 0. To get the resultant force on Q, to get the resultant force on Q will be 0. What should be the value of capital Q? This is our question. Okay, try to understand here. First I will write force between. It's simple it is. Say here 4Q, similarly let us assume Q here, similarly this is small q. So first I will write force between these two charges. So force between 4Q and Q. 4Q and Q. Okay, right? I will write the formula. There is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Q1 means 4Q, Q2 means Q divided by R square. Okay, instead of that, I have to write, he has given the distance already 0, L by 2, L. Right? So already distance here to here distance is L it is. Right? Here it is 0 distance, up to here it is L by 2 distance, and here to here total it is L. So here I have written force between 4Q and Q, no? So that I will write L square. Okay, next, similarly other between those two charges I will write. Force between Q and small q. Between Q and small q. F is equal to Q divided by L by 2 whole square. L by 2 whole square. Now, actually what we want here, the resultant force on Q will be 0. On this charge, resultant force on this charge will be 0. So that concentrate, I want 0. Sum of both the forces I want 0. So if it is F1, if it is F2, we want here F1 plus F2 is equal to 0. I want here actually on Q charge. So what should be the value of capital Q? That is okay. So that this become F is equal to, say this equation become F1 is equal to minus F2. So write the values. So that I will write, it becomes K get cancelled from both the side. F Q square divided by L square is equal to minus 4Q divided by L by 2 whole square. So L square divided by 2 square. That 2 square I will write L by 2 whole square. It is whole square. Okay. So, okay. Already I have written, no? So that I will remove. Okay, fine. Okay, say Q divided by L by 2 whole square. That 2 square I will send numerator, so remaining denominator L square I keep it as it is. So by solving capital Q is equal to minus Q, we will get here. Capital Q is equal to minus Q. I hope you are getting this. This what we have done here. See 4Q. Just to concentrate this figure. Just to concentrate 4Q. Okay, I will change this. Okay, 4Q. This is capital Q. This is small q. They are along in the straight line with a distance 0, L by 2 here and here L. So just we have defined the force between these two charges and force between capital Q and small q. And here as per the question we want the resultant 0. So that F1 plus F2 is equal to 0 we have done, and F1 it becomes F1 is equal to minus F2. F1 is equal to minus F2. So as per that here I have done. So that Q is equal to minus Q we will get here. Right? Okay, I hope you are getting this. We will go for the next question. Question number 15. An isolated solid metallic sphere is given plus Q charge. The charge will be distributed on the sphere. The charge will be distributed on the sphere. Here some options he has given: uniformly, but only on surface, but non-uniform, uniformly inside. Some options he has given. So you concentrate on the question. There is an isolated solid metallic sphere given plus Q charge. The charge will be distributed. See, it is metallic sphere. It is solid metallic sphere. So that it is very clear, uniformly distributed, but only on the surface. Only on the surface. Right? Because say as we given the charge to the sphere, solid sphere plus q, it will distributed over the surface, right? Distributed over the surface. So that our option is first option. Next, question number 16. A charge q is placed at the center of the line joining two equal charges q. The system of the three charges will be in the equilibrium, comma, if q is equal to, concentrate here, if q is equal to, say the system of three charges will be in equilibrium. To be in equilibrium, those three charges, then if what is the q value, what should be the small q value, so that the system of those three charges should be in equilibrium. Already he has given the system of three charges will be in equilibrium, will be, so those three system of those three charges should be in equilibrium, so that what should be the value of small q. If q is equal to, whether it is minus q by 2 or q by 4 plus q by 4 plus q by 2, that is the question. So what is the value of small q, he is asking. So it is very clear. See, here we have to concentrate. A charge q is placed at the center of line joining of the two equal charges q. As for that, two equal charges, here we have capital Q, two equal charges, a small q is placed in between, right? Here q A is equal to q I will take, and qb is equal to q only it is, and remaining here q, right? Okay, if it is A, if it is B, and center charge if it is C, then see this force direction, see force of this direction in this manner, and here this becomes in this direction. FA, this is FC, right? Okay, I hope you are getting this figure. If you know the what is the nature of the charges, repulsion, attraction, then we can identify the direction here. That is here it is FA, it is force due to A and force due to C. In this direction is repulsion, both repulsion only here because all are positive charges, right? Okay, this is FA, this is FA. Now I will specify the distance. This is x1, this is x2 distance I will take for the calculation purpose. Total distance x I will take from A to B. Okay, so as per this I will define, for this 1 by 4 pi epsilon q square divided by 4x square, right? 4x square, that is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon small q capital Q divided by x square, right? Both are equal and opposite direction here that we have denoted here, right? Two forces individually we have tried and just to compare it, that's all. So directly I have written this. Two forces, force between these two charges and force between these two charges, force between these two charges and force between this and this. Individually you can write, and after that you compare like this. Compare this. So by simplifying, small q is equal to minus q by 4 we will get. right? At the same time, you should know this. FA, from the figure only we can say FA, FC. FA is equal to FB. Sorry, FC is FC. So that just I have written in this form, right? Okay. I hope you are getting this. Next question number 17. Inside a hollow charged spherical conductor, the potential. Okay, anyhow, see, okay, students, see here. In the previous class, only we have done the synopsis regarding electric charge and field we have done, and this question is based on potential. No? Okay, now I am going to stop the discussion. Today we have done the discussion on charge and force between the charges. Force between charges. Based on these two we have done. Still we have to discuss on field. Already we have done the synopsis things on field. So in the next class, before going to the potential, first I will discuss the questions on field. After that we will go for the potential, right? Okay, thank you.